Morning, hi, this is Travis from National Weather Service, and this is your weather hazard briefing for Sunday, February 10th. Looking at the current water vapor energy, so we have this Pacific low just to our west. It's been pumping a lot of moisture into us. We've had quite a bit of snow already over the central mountains, over 30 inches in a lot of areas up in the higher elevations. And still going to be quite a bit of snow as this low moves across our area. And I'll show you a current radar image. You can see the Arco Desert has some returns, but you can't see returns here because it's blocked from the mountains, but there is still ongoing snow over in the central mountains. You can see there's kind of a frontal boundary that's going to, and this is going to move through our area this morning through this afternoon into early evening before it exits. It's going to bring snow along that boundary as it moves through, as well as strong winds. We have good southerly winds out ahead of this, and then behind it there will be some winds as well. So here's this boundary. You can see setting up this morning by mid-morning, and then by afternoon it moves out. And then behind it, we're going to, on Monday, get some west-northwest flow, and you can see the upslope areas in the Central Mountains and the Island Park Tetons are going to get quite a bit of snow between Monday and Tuesday in those areas, and I'll show you those mountains in a minute. Looking at our surface area, you can see out ahead of this front, there's quite a bit of as this front moves through today, there'll be quite a bit of snow, particularly in our eastern area, and that's what it's highlighting is some heavy snow right ahead of this boundary or right with it and slightly after as it's going through. And we've had heavy snow in the central mountains already, but the heavier snows will be again in the eastern highlands as that moves across today. And looking at our advisories and warnings, here's the pink is the warning still out for the Sun Valley and Central Mountain area, as well as the Island Park area, and then advisories elsewhere. So these are for the snow amounts, 8 to 12, and then we in general have 3 to 6 in the purple areas. But again, also it's going to have some really heavy snow, so there'll be some blowing and drifting problems. And then we just have a special weather statement. It's really talking about the strong winds, and there will be some light snow across this area of brown. But in general, it's just going to be winds that's going to be the impact there. Our snowfall today, again, here's that 6 to 8 remaining. Again, this is really from midnight on through the remainder of the day. A lot of this has already happened in the Central Mountains, but the majority of this in the eastern hasn't quite happened yet, and that will happen. A lot of that as that boundary goes through this morning into the afternoon. You can see the wind gusts are quite strong right now, 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. And for high-profile vehicles, this will be difficult, particularly across the 84. Gust of 40 in a lot of areas as you go from Pocatello to Burley. And how's that going to affect your blowing and snow? You can see up here in the Central Mountains, and then Monida Pass and Fremont County. This is the bigger impact areas. And as we move on into this afternoon, you can see we still have some strong winds behind it, particularly the ridge tops, but that moves more to the eastern areas, and you can see also the blowing snow. Here's the yellow areas, and then the red areas in the Fremont County area. There will be possibly some road closures, particularly in Fremont County, and then possibly in Driggs, Teton County as well. And then anywhere in this moderate area, you could have some problems, at least short-lived. And then as far as our wind gusts, they do back off this evening, but you can see that it's still quite high, particularly across ridge tops. And here's our blowing. Here's the moderate areas, because a lot of our snow has then moved off into the eastern highlands. And then as far as our wind gusts, you can see 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow, they backed off. Still kind of breezy, but they have backed off quite a bit. And then we're looking for that snow Monday across the upslope areas of the Central Mountains and also the Tetons. And that continues also into Tuesday. As far as snow down low will be hard, but I'll show you here the snow totals. Generally less than an inch, but there are some areas that get 1 to 2 as far as the bench areas. We'll get that, but in general, you can see some heavy amounts, 12 to 18 in the red areas, 8 to 12 in the orange. So pretty significant storm for these areas. And as we move long term, it's again going to be a very active period. It's not ending. And so you get into Wednesday, we start to have widespread snow across the area. We'll hit our lower areas as another system moving in. and you can see through Thursday afternoon and even maybe into a little bit of Friday evening. Thursday evening, but Friday looks fairly clear, and then we have another system that moves across this Saturday and Sunday. Models are a little bit different on this, so this could change, but there could be some moderate amounts across the area for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday with the storm. Here's your totals for Wednesday. You can see that it does go into the lower levels, but the bench area is 4 to 6, maybe even up to 8, and then your lower areas 2 to 4, 2 to 3 inches, but that could change. A little bit higher, I would imagine, and then you can see some of these areas are hitting near 12 inches or are in the orange, and the light colors are in the 4 to 6 range. So that concludes the brief. If you have any questions, give us a call at this number. Thank you.